right, welcome back, everybody. All right, got a nice special one here for you. Done some homework on it and all that too. You might remember when I did the Vorsteiner Pilsner. Now it's a German Pilsner, which is one of my favorites of all time. I like anything from Germany. Almost everything over there in Germany is, oh my God, good. Same with, you can't go wrong with the original. Pilsner Urquell. As you can see, it's from the town of Pilsen in the Czech Republic, as you can see on the bottle there. They got a lot of history to them, They claim that they are the very first to, create the Pilsner. So, and a lot of beers are based off of that, for that look and and all that, like Budweiser, Miller, Coors, stuff like that. They don't call themselves Pilsners, but they basically tried to copy that clearness and that, in that sense. But here in America, we just kind of went more for the looks than for flavor, whereas they still stuck with the flavor, and the Germans especially knew what they were doing with the flavor. So I don't remember having this one that well. I've had it before, I know I have, but I know I like the Vorsteiner a lot. And I did some more homework for you, you fans out there. The malting, I remember I mentioned I was going to talk about what malting is, because when I say malt and barley, well, barley is, is a process. It's malted, and it's a process of getting its steeping and letting it germinate, and then they heat it, or they dry it basically. And some of them, that's what gets them, and then they heat them. It's like they kind of let the seed just start to grow, and they stop the process in a sense, which I believe that's what the germination is. And they can do that to a lot of cereal grains. And when they malt stuff, it's like they get a lot of, they use the malting for like malted vinegar and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Most malted barleys and whatnot are used for whiskey and beer. So pretty much the majority of it. But they also use it for other stuff. And there's like sorghum. There was another one, I think wheat. Yes, wheat. And there's another one, I know it off the top of my head. The sorghum, wheat, and there's one of the main ones that the big thing in America, rye. Those are all cereal grains that could be malted. So, and malted, like I said, it's a process that basically brings out. It changes it into something new. That's why I call it malted barley. I have it somewhere because it's a process of steeping, germinating, and drying the grain to convert it into malt. The malt is mainly used for brewing. Okay, I already got that far. So, yeah. And malt is germinated cereal grain that has been dried in a process known as malting. And the grain is made to germinate by soaking in water, and then halted from germinating further by drying with hot air, or kilning in a sense. And that's basically the gist of it. So, and at this place, the beautiful Pilsner Urquell in Pilsen, Czechoslovakia, they brew their own, everything from scratch, but they still malt their own barley, which is rare. It's not. I don't even think the big guys like Budweiser and all that crap do that. But they still malt their own barley. They used Moravian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Moravian barley that they used, and they use a Saaz hops, and they grow their own as well. And believe they're one of the main suppliers that is coveted by they want their Saaz hops and whatnot. So. And there's a big deal, when I was looking it up about these guys, a big deal with the pour. I'm already going to fuck that up. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to probably fuck it up. Because they're all about the head on there. And they said there's 3 different kinds of pours. And if I get it right, it's called the Hladinka, which is like the average pour. It should have a nice, like 2 fingers or whatever, nice, like a bit of foam like that on there. The Schnitt, and the Schnitt looks, you know what? The Schnitt will be the one in the middle. Just hold on a second. And then the Mliko. So let me see that camera and I will get you guys a good look. So you got the Hladinka, the Schnit, and the Mliko. And you can get all this at PilsnerUrquell.com. All right. So let's crack this baby up and let's see what kind of Schnit pour I can make out of it. Wow, maybe I didn't do too bad. They say it's good to have a big head on these. That's when I went to research. Beautiful color. Just look at that. Just kind of like the Vorsteiner. That is beautiful, man. Seems maybe a little darker than the Vorsteiner. I don't think so. They say another thing about having a good thick foam or a good thick head on any beer and all is to prevent oxidization. Oxidization affects the flavor of the beer after so long. And they always say a good hearty head on a beer, you don't want too much unless you're pouring whatever, a Schnit kind of, whatever that is. But they say it helps keep the flavor and retain the freshness and the original flavor that you're wanting. So, and that is that not beautiful? I mean, look at that.
That's
my goodness.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It looks delicious.
It does. Now, let's give her a shot. Oh, man. That's good. That's good. Yeah. It is a little different than the Vorsteiner. Almost seems a little like more light. Not as hearty as the Vorsteiner in a sense. They're not, I mean, neither one of them are really hearty, but it has that unique flavor, which comes from their unique water as well. It's like a really soft water. They say soft water is really good for making beer. If I'm mistaken, that means soft water has less minerals and stuff like that in it. Less things that could affect, it's more pure and cleaner. So
it's not hard water.
It's not hard water full of metals and stuff like that. So that is a delicious beer. I would highly recommend this, along with the Vorsteiner, to anybody and everybody. And until next time, salute.